Hi guys, welcome to another video on my channel where I'll be making videos about my finances. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry, definitely not the frequency of uploading that I wanted to do. I think my last video was 5 months ago, and that was an update around my investments that I have in my Fidelity brokerage. But in this video, I wanted to do more of like a net worth update um, sort of video where I plan to do this at least maybe once a month going into the future. That way I can track my overall progress towards increasing my net worth. So I'll do this. If you guys have any future ideas for videos that you want me to do, feel free to leave that in the comment section. But this one's just mostly going to be about my net worth. Um, I'm using a Google Sheet that I found online from a different YouTube channel. Definitely, this is not my template. So if you guys are interested in this, let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and give credit where it's due because this is obviously not my tracker. So just want to put a disclaimer there. But anyways, going forward, um, I edited this Google Sheet to have all of my assets and my liabilities. I put in all the values for last month, which was December of 24. I wanted to start there just so I can see an update at the end of this year and compare, 2024 to 2025. So I put that there. I put in all my assets. And then just as an FYI, I just turned 26 in August. So currently 26 years old. These are my numbers for December of 24. So I thought what I would do is I would go one by one through my numbers for this month. And ideally going forward, I would just do the numbers um, during the first week of each month. That way I can accurately track this. It was a little tricky trying to track some of the numbers from last month because, some of the platforms that some of my accounts are on, it was kind of hard to find the exact number, but give or take, these are pretty accurate. Maybe plus minus a few $100s here and there, but overall this should be pretty accurate. So for December of 24, I also excluded my checking account as I usually keep that around the same amount. Usually my checking account I keep about $750 every month, and I usually don't go under $400. But I didn't want to include that because that really doesn't change that much, so it's a pretty static number. I mainly just use that for my bills and stuff. Um, but going one by one, my savings account last month during the first week of December was at $14,150. As you can see, this is my emergency fund. This is about 6 months of expenses. It's a little under the exact number, but it's good enough for me at the moment. So although it is a savings account, I really don't use this for anything. This is just mostly if I had like a financial emergency or I got laid off or something where I needed to pull some quick money. My taxable brokerage account, which you guys did see in the last video, I made that video a few months ago, so the number would have been higher than this. But I made some changes to my Fidelity account that I'll go through in this video a little bit. But this number was at $11,391. My Roth IRA in Fidelity was at $1,306. As you can see, most of my net worth is in a high yield savings account, which I use Wealthfront, by the way. If you'd like a referral for that, um, I can also drop that in the comment section. Feel free to let me know. But I use Wealthfront. This I'm treating as a savings account for my down payment on a house. I've been mostly saving for a house for the past few years. That's like my main goal. But as you can see, that's most of where my net worth is. I have an HSA which has $0. Obviously, I just turned 26 years old, so I won't actually have money in this until my first paycheck, which should be next week. So this is going to be at $0. And then going into my retirement accounts, my 401k for my current employer has $12,779 during the first week of December. This number is actually much high. I wouldn't say much higher. It's really like 20 something thousand dollars, but I'm not vested in the full money until my third year of employment. So for right now, I'm keeping the actual number that I possess in that account. During my previous employer, I also had a 401k with them. Kind of the same deal. I wasn't fully vested, so this is the vested number. It's $9,852. And this number will also be the same for this month going forward. It's around the same amount. I couldn't actually check the exact number I had, but this was the number that it showed me that I was vested in. And then my last asset account is my employee stock purchase plan, which I have through my current employer. During the first week of December, this had $2,543. And This account will grow once per quarter, so essentially I put aside money per paycheck, and at the end of each quarter they buy company stock with that money. So this number will definitely increase for this month, and that brings me to a total asset value of $186,000 and $1. And then for my liabilities, the first week of December, I had $9,563 in student loans. When I graduated college a few years ago, this number was at, I believe, 16,500. So, um, obviously, it would have been better if I was tracking my progress over the past few years, but I have been paying it down pretty aggressively, I would say. Not as aggressively as I probably can, but definitely paying it down. So that's currently at $9,563 or $60, which gives me a net worth of $176,441. So that's for December of 24. I also have all the up-to-date numbers for the first week of January for this month. So we're gonna go ahead and go through that one by one, and then I'll explain the differences in value, give or take. So for this year, my emergency fund savings in my bank account has $13,071. The reason why this went down about $1,000, give or take, was because I actually took $1,000 and I put it towards my student loans. And the reason why I did that is I have a benefit through my current job where they reimburse me $1,000 for general expenses throughout the year. So typically, once January comes of every new year, I will just get reimbursed for that $1,000. So once I get reimbursed, I will take that money back and put it into this account. But that was the reason for the decrease in $1,000. So that went towards my student loans. My taxable brokerage account this year. So the taxable account has $4,765. The reason why you see a deep decrease in this is because I think I also mentioned this in my last video, but what I was planning to do was, because it was the end of the year when I made the video, I was going to take a certain portion of my taxable account, sell it off, and then transfer it into my Roth IRA so that I can hit the maximum contribution limit for 2024. That's what I did. The remaining number sat in my account, or in my taxable account. So that's this number you see. So I believe most of this is all vested in VTI, which is a total stock market ETF fund from Vanguard. But in another video, I'll go deeper into detail about my Fidelity accounts. The money I transferred to my Roth IRA, the total number right now for that account is $7,285. And going forward, I now plan to max this out first before I start contributing to my taxable account. So I think my plan is to contribute $583 a month into my Roth, and then if I have any remaining money, I'll do it in my taxable. And going with that strategy, I should hit the maximum limit for the Roth account each year. So that's my Roth IRA. My high yield savings, this is where I typically invest, or not invest, but I save the most money for my paycheck. This is towards my house fund. It was December, so obviously Christmas, and I was also on vacation, so I didn't save as much as I usually do, but I still was able to save nonetheless. The total currently today in this is $138,783.12. This will decrease once I do my taxes, because obviously I think I made $6,000 in interest in 2024, so I will have to pay taxes on that. So this will eventually go down a little bit. My HSA is still $0 because I have not gotten my first paycheck for this year yet. And then my 401k for my current employer is also around the same amount of money. There was a downturn in the market the past few days, so it has gone down a little bit. Like I said, with my old 401k through my previous employer, I'm going to keep the number at about the same amount, as the total value hasn't actually moved that much, and it's a rough estimate, but I think going forward, I also will just roll this over into my current 401k so I can track it much better. But that's a general estimate of that account. And then the end of December was the end of the last quarter of last year, so there was some money that went into my stock purchase plan. So the total value today with the downturn in the market is at $3,346.56. Okay, my recording software briefly cut out, but as I was saying, my total number for my stock purchase plan is $3,347, bringing my total asset value for the month of January so far to $189,828, so about a 3,800 difference month to month, which is good because obviously it's in the positive direction. Going to my liabilities for the month, which is only my student loans. Like I said, I took $1,000 out of my savings account through to my student loans, and I also made an additional payment of $145 last month, which brings my total number right now in my student loans account to $8,415.54, which brings my total net worth to $181,412. So a decent difference month to month, and then once I get reimbursed, I should be able to put that money back in my savings account. But these are the total numbers right now at the moment. Hopefully I can keep doing these ideally during the first week of each month and stay frequent with these so I can accurately track my progress. I kind of regret not doing these the past few years, but better time to start late than never, obviously. So please let me know if you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I'm using a different microphone. It's probably worse quality, but like I said, if you guys are interested in this template, it's a Google Sheet. I can also give credit to that, and I'll post a link in the comment section. If you would like a referral to Wealthfront, please let me know. I also can do that as well. I've been using them for a few years. I have no problems with them. And feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if you found it informative at all. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you.